Hey Flip, wanted to get this video out to you. Really enjoyed today's session. That's the first one. We've got some more to go and I can't wait. I'm super excited. Today we worked on a few things, right? Today we worked on the grip, right? That's the big thing we're going to work on today. We're going to work on that grip, at least for the first part of the week. That's what we need to do, okay? Getting a feel for what we're trying to do with that grip. The second thing that we need to kind of focus on is our posture, right? Making sure that we feel like we're standing tall, right? Allowing our body to move and rotate in a proper manner, right? To get through, right? We don't want to be hunched over. We don't want to feel like we've got a lot of pressure in that lower back to kind of maintain our posture, right? We want to feel like we're putting that pressure into the ground through our legs, right? So a stable base. And that's going to help us rotate and turn through, right? And allowing us to release. Now, the other thing that we kind of talked about a little bit was allowing your right side to move through. That's something that we're going to need to work on as well, making sure that we get that right side to finish through and keep rotating and turning. And that's kind of a part of two things, right? Because your chest was so far over, it's really tough to release that side. We just kind of get stuck right there. So now being more up, now we can allow that right side to release and pass through as we're supposed to. A few other things that we kind of worked on a little bit was the swing plane a little bit, feeling where that swing needs to kind of be, getting on up, right? Feeling like that right arm is kind of more in this motion instead of getting out like this, like the baseball swing a little bit, right? But those are some of the things that we want to work on, working on that grip, stance, and posture a little bit. Also, we kind of worked on a little bit of making sure that we swing down and through the ball, especially the irons, making sure that we're getting flush contact at the bottom. And that's really what we're trying to work on or focus on at this point, right? As I said, the big thing that we need to kind of focus on right now is making sure that we get that grip correct, right? Once we get that grip correct, then we're going to start focusing more on that posture, making sure that we're in good setup, right? And going through there. One thing that you can kind of do to help with your setup a little bit was set up that T-square that we kind of talked about, right? Putting our feet together, right? And then building our stance off of that. Developing a consistent setup every time will help with our consistency with striking the ball, right? So put that little T-square down and work on that. So get on out there and work on it today. Work on your grip. If you have any questions at all, let me know. I've got a putter that I'm going to get to you to try out. I think you'll really like it. But if you have any questions, as I said, let me know. And I'm going to shoot you that video. And if you would, please think about liking and subscribing to the channel. It really does help. And I will see you on the next session. Let me know, partner. See you then.
Is my club selection quite? Yeah, I mean, I got a feel for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When I'm out there, I do ask a lot of questions. Like,
Perfect.
hey, Vons, like, I'm here, like, what club? You know what I mean? I know, like, 200 yards out, I know I want to go a lower iron, shorter the higher the irons. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct.
Okay,
correct.
So
good.
that's where I'm kind of. I mean, I got some really good knowledge on it for someone that don't play as much as I. You know what I mean?
Good. Good. That's perfect. And we're going to videotape the session today, and we'll send that on out to you. So if you have any questions on it, you know what we're talking about.
I'm gonna check my feet too.
All right, big guy, let's take a look at that guy real quick. Okay, we're gonna take a look face on here. Who do you like for tour players? If I have.
Tour players?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, man, my favorite player is old boy Sheffy. But I really like Jason Day.
Jason Day.
And I'm a big Justin Rose fan.
All right, there are my boys right there.
Koepka too. I like Brooks Koepka a lot.
But we were looking at Jay Rose, weren't we?
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's kind of take a look at old Jay Rose. All right, he's got the drive. So let's just take a look at his setup here. Okay, let's
Right.
just take a look at his setup, right?
From shoulders down, huh?
Correct. So a few things that we can kind of see here just by looking at our setup, right? You see how much hunched over we are?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we want to get the feeling of standing a little bit taller. Okay. We want to feel like our arms are hanging off our shoulders naturally, not feeling like
Not
they're
feeling like
inside.
we're leaning, okay.
Correct. Right. Now, as we kind of move through here, right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clean up our setup.
Okay.
Okay, what we're gonna do there, we're gonna try to start looking more like this, right? So a few things you'll see here is because his right arm is lower than his left, you can see he has a little bit of a shoulder tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're doing the same thing, but it's almost a little flat, right?
It's almost a little flat right now. I can see it, yeah.
Okay.
You mean from ball to ball right there?
Mm-hmm.
I want more of a...
Correct. So once we get you in a better posture, that's going to start cleaning up a little
Okay.
bit, right? So once I get you standing up a little bit taller, our right shoulder will come down just a little bit, and that will start to come in.
Okay.
Okay? And we'll talk about that as well. Start talking about our grip as well, right? So as we kind of take a look here at his grip here, you can see that with his left hand, he can see a little bit of his glove on his hand right here. You probably can't see any of yours.
Right.
Okay. Now the other thing that we kind of see here is you got the thumb on the shaft. He's got the thumb off the shaft, and he's got this V pointing right up towards his right shoulder.
Right.
Your V would be pointing over to this shoulder. So we're going to work on the grip. Okay. Now let's kind of take a look at the motion as we kind of come through here. Okay. Overall, pretty good. Let's start with the beginning here, right? The good thing I like is that you start your upper body against your lower body, okay, which is good, okay? We want to wind our upper body against our lower body a little bit. Now, one thing we do see here a little bit, right, is that our spine is closer to the target than further away,
Right.
okay? You can see Justin, right here, his spine is further away than when it started, okay? You see where this red line is? Okay. So he's turning back behind the ball. Okay. What we have here is what you'll hear in some references as a reverse pivot.
And the reverse pivot, okay.
Okay, just so you know. Now as we come on through here, our arms are a little flat, right, and a little stuck there. Our elbows probably point out this direction
Right.
instead of down, right? And we'll take a look on the. So you see how his elbow's down? Again, and I'll look at the one on
His elbow is literally here.
right here. So if I put a waiter table on you, you held your hand, his elbow's like that.
Right here.
Yeah. Yours is probably more like the old baseball,
Right here.
more like that, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that's something that
Correct.
we're going to need to fix, right, as we kind of move through. Now the big thing for you, right, and this is going to help us out quite a bit here, right, is that we want to get this trail foot moving through. So watch Jay Rose as he kind of moves through here. See his right foot start to release, okay?
Mine stayed flat.
Correct. So that's going to put a lot of stress on our lower back here, right? And it's going to not help us so much getting through the ball. Okay? So let's start with number one, right? Let's start with our setup and posture to begin. Okay? But first we're going to start with our grip. Okay? We're going to start with our hands, our body, and then we're going to start working on moving our body.
Okay.
Okay? So let me kind of do this real quick.
And right now, when you say thumb on the shaft, that means I got my thumb on the shaft. That's what he's got, his thumb off the shaft.
Correct. So go ahead and put your thumb on that shaft right there, right? Now, do you feel this tension going up your right arm? Now take that thumb off. Just take it off and put it off to the side. Do you feel that tension now?
No.
Okay. Less tension is always better. Okay. And I'm gonna give you a grip here. This is what you're going to take home with you to practice. Okay.
Right.
Now, once you start getting a little bit better with this, we're going to put it on a club so you start to get a feel for it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm going to take this. Okay. And I'm going to give you a feel here, right? I'm going to show you. So our left hand's going to go in like this. Our right hand, okay, we're going to shoot the gun. We're going to take that and we're going to interlock our hands.
Interlock with pancakes right here.
Correct. That way I've got my hands as one unit. Now we can either do the interlock or overlap, okay? But right now we've got the 10 finger, right? And we've got two hands working independently of each other. All right, so there you go. Good.
Left thumb here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right hand.
There.
On the interlock right there?
Perfect. So that's what I want you to just kind of get a feel for. And now what I'm going to get you up to.
That's a lot better right there.
So here we go. I'm going to get you. There you go. That's where we're going to be at right there.
Okay, right here.
Yep, there we go. So we're going to feel like we're standing up tall.
All right.
Okay, now just give me some swings. Get a feel for that with our hands, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, allow that right side to release through. Feel that right side coming through for you.
Up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, better motion right there. Feel that?
Coming up off of it. Yes.
Good, good. Takes time, but very good. Moving our body in a better position. Good.
Finish it.
Right, you feel that?
Finish it.
Good. Okay, good. All right. So talk to me about your movement pattern now. What feels different? What feels the same?
Not as stiff.
Okay, that's good.
Standing up, you know, it's here, bent over here, kind of makes me want to reach at it. Here gives me more of I can feel more of a full swing.
Yes.
Here, when I'm here, it's making me try not to, like, hit under the, you know what I mean? Like here, I feel a smoother, like, ball line, if it makes sense.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great, great. So here's the thing I like to relate it to, right? Because you're a basketball player, and this is what I wanted to kind of get to at this point, right? You played basketball 1,000 times, right? Have you ever guarded anybody like this?
Never.
That's what your golf swing looks like, right? If I'm going to get up and guard you, you're going to
gotta
go like
be
this,
up.
right?
Right.
We want to have that same concept when we come to golf, right? We want to have that same reactionary thing, right? That same feel. Yeah, you're going to take that home with you. All right, you're going to take that home with you. That's going to be the big thing for us today, is making sure we get a good feel for what that grip is, because it's the only thing that connects us to the ball, to the club. Good.
Still a little stiff, right?
That's all right. So let's talk about our posture a little bit here. How's the grip feel?
A lot better.
Okay, good, good.
It's
So
not making me feel like I'm squeezing the club as much.
right, you don't have to feel like you got to squeeze it,
Squeeze it,
control
yes,
it, right?
yes.
Because it feels like when we're swinging it, we're losing control somewhere,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So now,
Here gives me, I feel like I'm more in control of the club. So I was always so used to grabbing the shaft, I guess, as a sturdiness or
well, our only reference was probably baseball,
Right.
Right, where we get it in the palms,
Uh-huh.
right? We really get that baseball bat in the palms, right? And that's our reference point. But in the golf swing, you can feel that we want to get more fingers on the club than just palms. Does that make sense?
right.
Good. Good. So if I kind of did this, let's try to transfer that knowledge now. Okay. So now that you got the club, try to get that same feel. Feel it in your fingers with your left hand. Interlock. Yes. Very good. Okay. So the big thing for us is going to be getting this thumb off the shaft, right? That's going to take a little time for us because we're used to having that on. Okay. Just give me a small little swing. Get a feel for it. Let's just keep going with that for a sec, okay? So we'll hit about 3 balls here, then grab the grip, feel the grip, then come back and hit 2 or 3 more balls, okay?
Move my foot that time. I didn't the first time.
That's all right. A lot going on, right? Lots to be thinking about, right? Grip, posture, moving through, right? Let those things kind of come together for us. Set up for me real quick. Just go ahead and set on up. Yes, sir. Take this guy. There you go. There you go. Feel all the thumbs on the side right there? Good. Move this guy out. There you go. Okay, see how this feet's pointing up towards your chin now? Okay, better. Okay. Now we've got a little cupping in this wrist, which is good. Okay. There we go. Let's kind of get that club in good position. There we go. Okay, there we go, man.
Right there.
Okay. Those darn balls. Here we go. So, give me one more swing and then we're gonna grip mine again. Here you go, here you go. Let's do this. Okay, bring him on in, right? So,
Down on in.
here we go. My fingers. There you go. This guy. Right there. Okay. There we go, big guy.
That's it.
You right? It takes a while, right? Just learning with our hands now, right? Good. Yeah, there you go. Give yourself a couple swings with that. Get a feel for it, right? Grip, re-grip, grip, re-grip, grip, re-grip. Okay? Get a feel for that. That's the big thing. Bring this club on in, right? Get that transfer of knowledge going, right? Feel that same grip and that, right? Thumb's going to be just kind of on the side of the shaft. All right, so here we go. So it's going to be from this knuckle to the base knuckle right there. Good. pad over top, thumb just on the side. There you go, good. That's good. Doing the triple over. Good. And over top. Good. So, come on. There you go. There you go. Okay, good.
There we go.
All right, good. So give me a little feedback. How's it feeling? What are we noticing? What are we not noticing?
Feeling like I'm still a little tight and tense in my stance.
Okay.
Because whatever I'm doing, I'm tensing myself because I can feel the unwanted tension in the back.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So we're gonna start talking about posture here. But how does the grip feel? Does it feel like we've got control of it
Yes.
throughout the swing?
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Now the big thing I am seeing with our posture is we're still getting a little bit more hunched over.
Yeah, hunched
right?
over. I feel it.
So let's go through here and let's do our posture together, okay?
Okay.
So. All right. So, got a club there?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's stand here next to each other here, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna put our feet together.
Right here.
Yeah, right there. Stand right there. Okay, we're gonna put our feet together. Okay, we're gonna take the club, we're gonna point it out in front of us. Okay? What I want you to do now is I want you to take your right hand, put it right where your belt buckle would be. I want you to push your hips back just a little bit more. Okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna crack our knees just a little bit. Okay? We're gonna take a few steps. Okay. And now I want to put my hand back on the club. Good. And now I want to bring the club down and let it rest gently on the ground and allowing my arms to hang down naturally. So we have a little flex in our knees. Okay. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to get that foot perpendicular. Yep. This one's going to have a little bit of a turn out. Good. Perfect. That's what we're doing. Right. Now, what we want to kind of notice now, you see how your shoulders are way over your toes. Okay, we want to try to get our shoulders in line with our toes. Yeah, there we go. A little bit better, right? Okay, there we go. So one thing I can kind of see here just a little bit, right? How tall are you?
About 6'1", 6'2".
Right. So we're probably at some point going to need extensions in our clothes. Okay. So those are probably, what do you got there? 9 iron, 6 iron, 9. So let's go again. So as we go, I want to kind of set up here. Good.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to have a little bend with our waist. Right. We're going to feel like our chest is over the ball. Right. We're going to crack our knees a little bit, and then we're going to separate our feet. Okay. Good. And then just allow the club to hang down naturally. We don't want to bring our chest down. We just want to bring our arms down. There we go. Good posture. Okay. Now one thing we want to kind of do is make sure we've got square shoulders.
Square shoulders.
now that when I kind of see you now, right, we can see more of that angle with our shoulders now that we've got it. Okay?
Right.
So now you're standing up a little bit taller. How does that feel for us?
Feels a little better.
Okay, good, good. So let's kind of come on over here, right? Let's kind of not worry about the ball right now.
Okay.
Let's just try to get into that setup. Let's do it together here. So I'll stand across from you, right? Feet together. Okay, club out in front of us. Okay. Let's feel like we take our right hand and we push our hips back just a little bit. Once we feel a little tension in our hamstrings, we're going to crack our knees just a little bit. Okay. Going to take equal steps. Okay. And then all we want to do is just allow the club to come down naturally for us. Okay. Right? Feeling like our arms are hanging off our shoulders just loosely, and I just kind of pick up the club a little bit. Does that make sense? Good. So with that posture, just give me kind of a motion as we come through. Okay? Just keep working with that and tell me what you're feeling. Are you still feeling the tension? Are you still feeling where you're feeling, I guess, in your back? Is that what you were trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so feel like we're standing tall. Arms hanging off our shoulders naturally. Good. Okay? Moving on through.
Pulling up right there.
It's okay. Yeah.
That was a good stroke.
That was a good stroke right there.
I felt that one.
Good job. Okay?
I felt that one.
Let's keep going, big guy. Good work. Right? Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
That's right.
Stand tall, arms hanging on our shoulders naturally. Good. How's our back feel? How's the motion feel? That's what I'm concerned about.
Feeling a little better.
Okay. Not hurting.
No.
That's the big thing. I want to make
Yeah.
sure that we're swinging with no pain.
Right.
Okay? Good. Let's go again. Okay? Let me know if you notice that feeling or if you're feeling tense or tight or anything like that, okay?
Mm-hmm. Shit, swing.
That's all right. You got a little loose, right? You feel
Yeah,
yourself
yes.
loose a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
One thing I want to see, at least with that back foot, you get that kind of turned out a little bit,
Uh-huh.
right? Get that thing kind of squared off
Square
just
that
a little
back
bit so we
foot,
can
okay.
we got something
Control.
resistance. Yeah. Right? Good.
Right.
Okay. Close that up, right? Good. Good. That's going to allow us to rotate into that right leg. How do we feel there?
Feel better.
Good, good. Feel like you got a little coiling going on there? A little good.
Yeah, nice little.
Good. Feel like we're standing tall, arms hanging off our shoulders naturally. Good. Good grip. Yeah. Good motion. Good job. Ready to hit a few?
Yeah, feel good right now.
Any questions? Anything I can answer for you right now? Anything kind of going through the mind?
No, I'm just really just sticking to the task. You know, I'm just focusing on what you're showing me, just trying to muscle memory.
Gotcha, absolutely. The more we do it, the easier it's going to get, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're going to hit a few balls here. Okay. Just want to kind of focus on grip, stance, and posture. I don't care where the ball goes. Just try to go through the process of what you're doing, right? Get those feels, right? The results will start coming. They may come right away. They may come in a little bit.
Right.
All right. So feel that grip, right? Feeling the fingers with that left hand. Standing tall, arms hanging off our shoulders naturally. And letting our body turn through it. Right? Not trying to. How's it feeling for us? Talk to me.
Starting to get a little bit. I mean, I definitely like the grip control.
Okay, good.
I'm liking that. I can feel the difference. And it don't make me like try to, like I'm not digging for the ball if it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when I'm swinging, it feels as if the ball is already there. Opposed to when I'm here, I know it's when I used to be here, it's like I'm digging and trying not to hit the ground first.
So what you were doing before is you were trying to hit the ball, not swing the club.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So instead of having this pushy feeling at the ball, now I have this pulling feeling like I can pull through it, right? With aggression, right?
Right.
Now we can swing that club with ease and get that club to swing past us. Instead, when I'm right here, I just feel like I gotta shovel into the ground, hit that ball,
Right.
and hopefully contact gets me through.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Good. All right.
Correct.
Good. Let's hit about 3 or 4 more balls, okay? And see how we're doing there, okay, big guy?
All right.
Give me one more, and then I'm going to talk about some of the numbers down there so you get an understanding what those are, okay? All right, so let's talk about a few things here. Let's understand what the principles are of the golf swing here a little bit, right? So our low point, right? I would like to see that maybe a little bit more, right? And what that talks about, right, is that if this were the ball, right, it's telling me that your low point is 1 inch ahead, okay? I'd like to see it maybe 2, maybe 3 inches ahead, which means that it gets our angle of attack down a little bit, just a little bit, right? Okay? The other thing we see here a little bit is our club path, right? You see how that's a negative? Okay? That tells me that when you swing, you're swinging out towards where I'd say the shortstop is.
Right.
Okay? We want to get the sensation or the feeling that we're swinging out towards the second baseman. Okay? Your face is fine. Okay? I like that your face is closed, but our path, right? Our path was swinging left, our face was left, we went left. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So if I can get you to kind of feel like we're swinging out towards the second baseman a little bit with our face, what we'll start to get is what we call that push draw that we kind of see, right? It starts out over here, comes back
Face over here.
Correct, right? And that's going to give us the most bang for the buck. Okay? Now you can work it the other way, but we get a lot more spin, we get a little less distance. Things start to get a little wonky there, right? People can play that way, but it's not the best. Right, so that's what we want to kind of do right there. Okay, does that make sense, big guy?
Yeah, the path, yeah.
So that's the big thing right here. Now, the other thing that we want to kind of start taking a look at when you start to really start hitting well, you'll start to notice your smash factor goes up, right? And what that is if I was in a car crash, right, head on would be 1.50 straight on. Right now, we're kind of hitting it at a glancing blow, and we're not getting as much as we possibly can out of that. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I mean, we're hitting it, but we're not hitting it.
We're not getting all of it, right?
Flush.
Right. We're not getting
In that sweet
100%.
spot, yeah.
But we've gone from probably where you were at like 109 or something like that. So we're going from probably hitting maybe 45% up to 70% now.
Okay.
Which is big, right? Does that make sense, big guy?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I just wanted to kind of explain the numbers a little bit for you. So the big thing for us right now, what we're going to kind of work on, at least as far as swing goes, right? I just want you to kind of feel, want to kind of have that feeling that we're swinging out in this direction. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so it'll be kind of more in this direction right here instead of out over here.
Correct.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what I want you to kind of think of at this point, right? This is a clock on the wall. Up top is 12 o'clock, at the bottom is 6.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to imagine that you're swinging from 7 o'clock on the backswing to 1 o'clock on the follow. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay?
that makes a lot of sense.
All right.
Yeah, so instead of, we're looking for, like, realistically, 7, finish at 1,
And then have that face closing.
and the face closed so we can bring it back.
Correct. Now here's the thing I'm going to ask you. Have you bowled before?
Bold, yeah.
Right? You're going to get this concept real easy, right? So you'll notice that when you're bowling, right, you've got those little dots, right? Let's say that's the center dot, right? What do? Do you go to the center dot or you go to the one to the right?
I go to the one to the right always. I always think that it's gonna.
Correct. So what we do is we start out at that one to the right? Same thing we're doing here. What does our hand do?
Naturally turn.
Correct. So think about this in the way of a swing, right? This is my shaft, my club shaft is going out towards the right. My hand is my club face. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
What does that ball do? It goes out and comes back
Swings
right.
in, that's right.
That's how physics will always work, my friend. Okay? So a lot of people will think that they need to do it the other way, and they get worse and worse. Right? So golf is always a game of opposites. So if I can get you to swing more out to the right a little bit with a closed club face, we're going to start getting that ball flight that you see on TV. Does that make sense, big
Yes,
guy?
yes.
All right.
And to piggyback off of what you're saying, I can feel that left hand that I'm swinging that way.
Right.
If you ever notice, like with my foot, I'm trying to